Hello, and welcome to Late Night Lauren. The first episode, very exciting. Yay! And keep in mind, this is still not very professional at all. I have a ring light now, which is pretty cool. It's actually blinding me a little bit, but it's okay. It's for you, YouTube watchers. So be grateful. I'm getting there. Anyways, if you have no idea who I am or what I'm going to be yapping about, go check out my trailer on YouTube and Spotify. Yay! So today we're going to be taking a few personality tests. I have my laptop right here, and this is a pretty strong way to begin a podcast episode. But to be honest, I feel like I don't have a very strong sense of self at all. And probably because I'm growing, I'm 17, my brain is still developing. That thing in my brain, whatever it's called, I think it's like your prefrontal cortex. It's been a while since I took psych, okay? Bear with me. But anyways, the point is I'm not fully developed and I'm changing a lot. So this is more of like a checkpoint to see where my personality is at right now. And I'm going to learn about myself and y'all are too. And I feel like this would be a good way to start my podcast as a whole cuz again, y'all don't know much about me except for that 30-second trailer, which is basically just saying I'm going to be talking about the most random stuff. So that's not very helpful. So we're going to get right into deep stuff. Okay? Cool, cool, cool. So we're gonna start with the MBTI 16 personality test. And I've actually taken this before. It's very popular. And I remember during the quarantine era, I used to like be super obsessed with this. Like I was always taking this test. I would even like look up TV show characters like MBTI personality test. And if you don't know what it is, it's very popular and it's basically has 16 four-letter personality types and it's like very 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 specific and it gets deep. So we're going to try this out once again. Like I said, I've gotten different results, so we're just going to see kind of where we're at now. Okay. Oh, it says it'll take 10 minutes. I feel like it used to be much longer than that. Okay, anyways, let's start. Okay, first question. You regularly make new friends, agree or disagree? Not regularly. No, okay, I'm gonna like disagree because I don't make friends very, very often. I actually have very little friends. I This does not happen regularly, as this says. So we're gonna put it near. Should I say fully disagree? Let's say okay. I'll like put it towards disagree. Okay. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. I mean, it depends. I feel like I'm going to say it depends a lot, but it really does depend on like how active my brain is feeling and whether my brain is like awake or not. Sometimes I'm in the mood to think about like complex ideas and I like analyzing like very like context complex poems and stuff like that only if I'm in the mood for it and my brain is just up. But however, if my brain is like very tired, I want something to be simple. I'm not trying to figure something out if I'm just done. So most of the time, um I'll put it towards agree because I do find it very very fun and yes, it does excite me, but if I'm in the mood for it, which is most of the time I'd say. So yeah, okay. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you rather than by factual arguments. I'd I'd agree with that, mainly because I would say I have a pretty good intuition, which I guess is being resonated with emotionally. But at the same time, if I see a bunch of evidence that counters my intuition, then I'll follow that. But mostly my intuition is right, which would be resonating emotionally. I'm assuming that's what that means. So I would say most of the time yes. So we're gonna agree here, mainly because yeah, I am a pretty emotional person as well, and I tend to lean more towards emotion rather than facts. Even though facts are comforting sometimes, because sometimes they beat my emotions in a way, if that makes sense. Like, I'm trying to think of a way to say this. Like, if there's enough facts to persuade me, it would take a lot of facts. If I'm feeling very strongly about something emotionally, it would take a lot of evidence to take me away from that opinion. that's like set up by my emotions. I don't know if I'm making sense, but point is, I agree with that since I am pretty emotional and that is what leads my decisions most of the time. Okay. Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. No, 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 no. Strongly disagree. My room, hot mess. Hence why I'm not filming in there and I'm filming in my guest room right now. Maybe one day I'll have a studio. Anyways, not the point. I'm not organized at all. At all. Not even close. I don't know. I feel like I function better when stuff is messy. I feel like it's weird because I feel like when I organize and clean my room, I don't know where stuff is. Like, I don't remember which drawer I put stuff in or like the closet. I don't know. I just can't find stuff when I'm organized, which is that's probably a me problem, but I just can't. I'm just really 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 messy and none of my living spaces are clean. So, yeah, that was very easy. Okay. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Another hard no. Oh my god, sorry. I'm terrible under pressure. I'm awful. Awful. Like you cannot put me under pressure and expect me to perform well. That's just not going to happen. Never going to happen. And I will never understand how people can perform well under pressure because with me, if I'm under pressure, I'll just start crying instead of doing what I'm supposed to do. I can't handle it at all. I don't know why. It just gives me so much anxiety and stress. And no, I cannot work under pressure and I can't stay calm under pressure at all. So we're going to strongly disagree. Okay. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I forgot what daunting meant. I used to know what that meant. Now I don't. That's insane. Y'all, it's been a while since I've been to school. I'm a month into summer. We're going to look up what that means really quick, really quick. Daunting meaning. I think that means like interesting. Okay, seeming difficult to deal with in anticipation, intimidating. Oh, intimidate. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so basically it's saying I find promoting myself intimidating, which I would agree. I will put it towards agree, but at the same time, I do like promotion. I like doing that because I'm interested in marketing. If you didn't know, and I mean promoting myself is a little scarier and not the same. So yeah, that is a little scary. Like a lot of the times I barely post on my main story, which would be promoting myself. My close friends have seen a lot of foolery, a lot of yapping, like on here, and I'm trying to outgrow that since I literally have a podcast. This is out on the internet. So I guess I should get better at that, but at the same time, it is pretty intimidating right now. So we're going to put it towards agree. Oh, next page. Okay. Sorry. Okay. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. Well before the deadline, no. Effectively, yes. I do plan very well. I'm a pretty good planner when it comes to tasks, but that's only when I'm doing it the day before. So I guess I don't know where to put it. I guess I'll put it in the middle because half of that is true and half is not. Like planning effectively, I'm amazing at that. Like I plan very well. I plan in a way that will make it the task the most easy for me to do in a short amount of time because I'm a huge procrastinator. So, yeah, we're going to put that in the middle because that's partially true. Okay. People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers or data, however you say it. Again, I feel like yes, I agree with this because I listen to what my intuition's telling me. And if my intuition is telling me that someone's emotions are what's the word? Like valid or like trustworthy, then yes, that will speak louder to me than someone pulling up statistics and shoving it in my face. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna agree with this. Should I put to strongly agree? I'm gonna put it towards strongly agree because I rarely believe facts over people's emotions, which I feel like does get me in trouble sometimes, and I should listen to more facts. But like I said, I'm a very, very emotional person. And if someone's boo-hooing in front of me, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I got you. Forget the stats. I'm gonna help you. We'll figure it out. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna agree. Okay. You like to use organizing tools such as schedules or lists. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like with schoolwork, I do have a lot of lists because that just helps me put everything I need to do based on order and importance. It's just so helpful. And I don't think I could ever function without a schedule or a list when it comes to like task, especially. I don't really know what else I use list for. I guess for buying or shopping. I don't really know what I use them for, but mainly for schoolwork. And I do love to use that. So, yes. Okay, sorry. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Yes, absolutely. And again, this is a problem because I shouldn't do this. I really shouldn't do this, but I do often. Very, very often. Like if I stub my toe, for example, I'll be like, wow, I'm an idiot. I'm my brain doesn't work. I should pay attention. I'm not observant. And it just becomes into this whole thing. Sometimes I'll even cry. Okay, well that's more from PMSing or my period. But sometimes I'll cry and I'll just really doubt myself all the time, and it is often triggered by really really small things like that, like stubbing my toe. That was a weird example, but it is true. So yes, we're gonna put strongly agree here because I do that way too much. Like I also just base my self-esteem off of things I really really should not base my self-esteem off of, like grades for example. If I get a bad grade on something, I'll immediately be like, wow, I'm an idiot, I'm dumb, I'm terrible at school. And mainly it's because I get points off for something like, I don't know, like not citing a source or just something really small. And that triggers all these thoughts. And it happens very easily to me. So, yes, agree. Heavily agree. Okay, next. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. No. Well, okay, I'm not going to strongly disagree. It depends on how I find them interesting. If I find them interesting because they have on like a band shirt of a band that I like, then sure, yeah, I'll go compliment them and maybe I can strike a conversation because that's the thing we have in common. However, if they're wearing something I've never seen before and it's a little exotic, I don't know how to strike a conversation with you because we don't have that in common. I find it hard to strike conversations if we don't have something in common. So it really depends. I'm going to say it depends a lot. Sorry about that, but it really does. So I guess we're going to put this in the middle cuz it really does depend on how I find them interesting. Um Comfortable? No. No. Okay, maybe this might go to disagree actually, because I'm not comfortable ever. I'm always going to be hesitant when walking up to someone and striking up a conversation. That's scary. I find talking to strangers scary, which is funny because I'm talking to y'all and I don't know y'all. Well, when I'm famous, I'm not going to know all y'all. A lot of my friends are watching this, hence why it's not too bad right now. But once I get a lot of subscribers and followers, that's going to be a bit more scary. So, okay, anyways, not the point. I find talking to people I don't know and striking up a conversation very difficult. So, comfortable, we're going to say disagree. Okay. You are not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative works. No, I love that. I love that. I love creative works. I love discussions about it. I'm a writer. So, yes, I love creativity. And I feel like discussions about creative works are discussions I'm most passionate in. That's where I'm going to start yelling and being like just so passionate because I find these so fun. Like I love figuring out like what a piece of art means, what a song is trying to say. I love that. So, okay. What do I say? Okay, disagree. You are not doing it. Okay. I was making sure I read the question right. So we're going to disagree with that because I love discussions about creative works. Okay. Next page. How many more are there? I'm 20% in. Okay. Maybe this is not going to take 10 minutes. Well, we'll see. Okay, anyways. You prioritize people's feelings. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. I would disagree because people's feelings, I feel like, are my main priority. I'm very much a people pleaser. So I'm not going to ignore someone's feelings because of facts. That doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, it does, but that's just not something I do since I'm very sensitive to people's feelings. Like I've been saying, very emotional. Um, Especially about the people I care about. Like when I'm determining a course of action, sorry, I definitely consider my friends and family's feelings before doing anything. I even sometimes put their feelings before my own when planning stuff like that. So I would definitely disagree with that. People's feelings always go first to me and not facts. Facts aren't anywhere near this decision for me when people's feelings are at play, if that makes sense. Okay. You often allow for the day to unfold without any schedule at all. Without any schedule? No, we're gonna disagree. Because, I mean, not having a schedule kind of makes me uncomfortable. I don't like not knowing what to expect. That makes me pretty uncomfortable. I don't like sudden changes in plans. I don't like not knowing what I'm going to do. So, yes, the schedule is very important to me. And I don't really allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. I need to have some sense of of what the day is going to bring. So, I can't really do that. So, we're going to say disagree. Okay. You rarely worry about whether people you make. Sorry, I cannot read. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Um. Okay, it depends. It depends on how relevant this person is and how relevant they're going to be in the future. Like, for example, if I'm at a job interview, then yes, I care because they're determining my future at the job, if I'm getting the job. However, if I'm meeting a random person, like at a restaurant or whatever, that was a dumb example, that I'm just never going to see again, no, I don't really care. So, I mean, most of the time, people I do meet matter. So we're going to agree because that's when I do care. Oh, I read it wrong. We're going to disagree. Okay, yeah, we're going to disagree because most of the time my impression does matter. So I try to make a good one. So I am worried about that. So we're going to disagree. Okay, next. You enjoy participating in team based activities? No, not at all. And I have two different reasons for that. First reason is because my fear with that is bringing down my team because I'm not less, but that sounds really deep. Um because I guess yeah, less than the rest of my team and I hate that guilt and I don't want to face that guilt. For example, like I used to play volleyball and I was definitely one of the worst people on my team. I was making the most mistakes and I just felt terrible because I just wasn't doing well as doing as well as the others. So that was bad for my self-esteem. Hence why I don't like team based activities. Another reason is because it's kind of the opposite because I feel like I'm too good for the team. And that's a little toxic, but I feel like I'm too good. And I feel like having the team would slow me down when I could get the task done much quicker by myself. So, either way, I don't like team activities for those two reasons. Mainly because of the first reason, because I feel guilty because I'm less, but sometimes because of the other. But either way, we're strongly disagreeing because I do not enjoy that at all. Okay, next. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. Mm, no, I don't really, because I don't like I've been saying, I don't like things that are out of the ordinary, I'd say. And an untested approach sounds intimidating because you don't know how that's going to work out because it's untested. That, that scares me a lot. So we're going to say disagree. And I feel like an old approach that has proven to be successful is much more comforting, I would say. So we're going to disagree. Sorry. Okay. Next. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. We're going to. I mean, I can be honest and sensitive. I don't really get that question. I mean, I do. But I feel like yes, I prioritize being sensitive because I feel like I can do both. Like for example, if I don't like someone's outfit, I'm not going to say like, "Wow, that's really really ugly." I'm going to be like, "Hey, that's not really my style. I wouldn't wear that, but if you're happy with it, go for it." You know what I mean? And that's being sensitive to someone's feelings. So I guess yes, I would say that I'm prioritizing being sensitive. But at the same time, I can be completely honest. That's why I don't know. I feel like that's kind of confusing. But yes, I do prioritize being sensitive, I think. So we're going to say agree. Even though I don't fully get that, but okay. Next, you actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. Knowledge areas, yes. New experiences, no. And actively, not at all. I like learning and I like finding new areas of knowledge, I would say. But new experiences kind of scare me. So again, this is partially true. So we're gonna. I feel like we're gonna put it in the middle. Mainly just because, I mean, if I need to learn something. Did I just turn my mic off? I hope I didn't. Okay, anyways, sorry. I feel like if I need to learn something and in order to learn that thing I need to go do a new experience, then I will do that new experience. I'm still scared about my mic. It's on. Okay, okay, okay. Y'all, I'm new. Bear with me here. We're gonna put in the middle because if I have to do a new experience to in order to gain knowledge, then yes, I'll do that. But actively no. So we're gonna put that in the middle. That's partially true. Okay. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse all the time. All the time. All the time. It doesn't even matter what it is. I'm always going to think, oh, this is going to get worse in some way. And that's just automatically my mindset. And it's not good at all. But that just happens to me. I guess it's an anxiety thing. I don't know. But yes, I do that all the time. Oh, what did I just do? Okay, sorry. Anyways, you enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones. Yes, absolutely. Because I feel like hobbies, the main point of hobbies, are discovering what you enjoy, not what your group enjoys. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like hobbies allow me to enjoy what I like to do and pursue my interests. Rather, okay, I don't want to be stuck worrying about my group being happy. I would rather just do a hobby where I'm happy rather than satisfying others in a group. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm not saying that right, but I hope that makes sense. So, yes, I'm going to agree with that. Okay. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. So, that's actually my dream job. That's so funny. That is literally my dream job. I want to be a fictional author. Self explanatory, disagreeing. Okay. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. No, 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 no. Not at all. I will always consider emotional aspects, whether it's my emotions or someone else's emotions. And that never goes over efficiency or facts, I guess. For me personally. I feel like a lot of these are pretty similar questions. I feel like they're just asking if I'm emotional or not, which I am. So, yeah, we're going to say disagree here. Okay, next. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. No, 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 no. No, we're disagreeing. Mainly because, like, for example, if I'm just getting home from school, I'm gonna take a nap because I need to recharge before I even start anything else, like doing chores or homework. I need that rest. And, like, yeah, that's just really preparing myself for those chores, because I can't just hop up and do something. No, 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 no. I need to relax first. That's essential to me. And it makes me more efficient because if I'm doing something while tired, I'm gonna suck. I'm gonna suck. So I need my relaxation. So we're gonna disagree. All right, next page. What are we at? We are at 40%. All right, we're getting there. Kind of. Okay. In disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. I'm gonna disagree because while I do want to get my point across and feel heard, because that is very important to me, I really do care about the feelings of others. And if my point is gonna hurt other people, I'm gonna want to say it sensitively and really consider people's emotions while proving that point. So I'm not gonna prove my point and then worry about their feelings. That's the wrong order to me. So we're gonna disagree with that. Oh, okay. Next, you usually wait for others to introduce themselves at social gatherings. I'd say yeah. I don't really walk up to people like I said from that other question. And I mean, yeah, I just don't really do that. I'll introduce myself after someone else does. Because I mean, that's just more comfortable to me. I'm feel like I'm more of an introvert, so introducing myself isn't fun to me at all. So if someone else does it first, then I'll feel more comfortable. So yes, agree. Okay, next. Your mood can change very quickly. See, that's interesting because I feel like it depends on how deep my emotions are. Like, if I'm just boo hooing and I'm incredibly sad, then it's gonna take me a while to get over it, and that's not gonna just change super quick at all. However, if I'm feeling a light emotion, like a brief wave of excitement from something, that can go down very easily from just one piece of news or something tragic. So, yeah, it depends. I'm going to put it in the middle cuz it really does depend on the severity of my emotions, if that makes sense. Okay, next. You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. I got to really disagree with that. I'm persuaded by emotional arguments way too easily, actually. Way too easily to the point where it's probably an issue that I should work on. And yeah, I got to really really disagree with this cuz emotional arguments just really get to me. My heart can be touched very easily. Therefore, like emotions that, like, if you cry to me, you got me. Like you totally got me. I can't block that at all. So we're going to disagree. Okay. You end up doing things at the last possible moment. Most of the time. Yes. I am a big procrastinator. So, yeah, we're going to put that towards agree. But if I know that something is going to take me too long to the point where I can't get any rest, if I do it last minute, then I will not do it last minute. Like a project, for example, I'm not going to start it the day before, maybe 2 days before, which is not the actual last minute, but it's close. So we're going to say mostly agree, because most of the time, yes. Okay, last one on this page. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. Only if it doesn't stress me out, because sometimes debating does really stress me out. But I feel like ethical dilemmas are kind of fun to discuss. We're gonna put somewhat agree. I do like that as long as it's not too intense, if that makes sense. If it's just like a peaceful debate, yeah, sure, that's fun. So we're going to put somewhat. Okay. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. No. 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 I'm very much an introvert, and I don't like people at all. I don't like people. So I definitely prefer to be by myself. There's not much to expand on with that. Okay. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. No, I get very interested when it becomes theoretical. I think theoretical discussions are so fun because when there's no exact answer, that's it allows for many interpretations. And I love hearing many interpretations. I think it's super interesting. And bored, absolutely not. I think that makes it so much more fun. You know what I mean? Like when there's not just facts in front of you that automatically prove somebody right. When it's theoretical, anybody could be right. You know what I mean? Or no one's right. Because there's no definite answer. That's what makes it so fun to me. So, yes, we got to disagree because it says become bored. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, next. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Absolutely. I always follow my heart. Well, if my heart, like I said, it's very, very rare for me to follow facts over my feelings because I have such strong feelings. And I feel like my feelings always lead me in the right direction. Not always, but most of the time, my feelings are right. And they get me in the right place. So, yes, we're going to agree with that. Okay. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule. I don't think so. I think when I'm consistent, it helps me be okay with sticking to it. You know what I mean? Because I do kind of have trouble committing to things. So I think if I force myself to stay consistent and maintain a routine, that does really help me in a way. Oh, but the question says you find it challenging. I'd say it's a little challenging, but at the end of the day, it's very helpful for me. So we're gonna say somewhat because once I realize how much maintaining that consistent work schedule helps me, it's less challenging for me to get into because I'm realizing how much it's worth it, if that makes sense. So we're gonna somewhat disagree. Okay. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. I always second guess my choices. That's completely false. I can never stick with one choice. I always change it like at least twice. I'm really, like I said, I'm bad at commitment. I'm terrible. So, yeah, I'm always second guessing my choices. Always. Okay. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. I feel like once they get to know me, yes. I feel like I'm overall pretty introverted, but with my friends, I'm pretty loud, if that makes sense. I feel like they wouldn't describe me that way overall. We're going to put that at somewhat disagree, but maybe some if they're just saying around them. It's like some of my friends would describe me as loud, but that's because I'm comfortable around them. You know what I mean? I'm not naturally a loud person. So, I mean, I feel like that's kind of split. I feel like my friends would say different things, but I feel like most of them would disagree with this. Okay. All right, 60%. We're getting there. All right. You are drawn to various forms of creative expression, such as writing. Yes! I'm literally an author. I'm writing a book right now. My dream job. So, yes, yes, yes. Self explanatory. Okay. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. No. See, I feel like this is just kind of the same question as the ones before. So I'm not going to really go that deep into it. But yes, I do follow emotional aspects more, I'd say. Okay. You like to have a to do list for each day. Yeah, I think that's pretty helpful, especially with my homework. Like, I always have a list for my homework because I think that just makes life easier. Because I can't store all of that knowledge in my head. I can't do it. I have too much to do. So, yes, we're going to agree with that. Okay. You rarely feel insecure. Disagree. Disagree. I'm very insecure, which sucks and is a red flag. But I am insecure about a lot of things. and I am insecure a lot. Like I said, like those little mistakes I make me feel very insecure. I get insecure very easily. And I honestly get jealous pretty easily, which is a problem too. But because of that, we're just going to say yes. I mean, sorry, we're going to disagree. Because it says you rarely feel insecure. Okay, disagree. Next, you avoid making phone calls. Yes, I hate phone calls. I hate them with such a passion. I hate calling. I would much rather text. Much rather text. Unless, well, okay, I do have some moods where I feel like a phone call because I'd rather just say something verbally rather than typing it out because that would just make my life easier. But most of the time, I avoid making phone calls. So we're gonna put somewhat disagree. Sorry, I put it at fully disagree. All right. Anyways, you enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so heavy on this because I feel like if everyone has the same viewpoint, that's so boring. There would be no room for discussions or debates. And I feel like that's what makes life fun. So if I didn't enjoy that, I would just be stuck surrounded with the same opinions, which would just suck to me. So we're going to agree. Sorry, I can't talk. I do enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, 70%. We're getting there. All right. You can easily connect with people you have just met. We're going to put somewhat because I feel like it depends on how we met. I mean, or like what made me drawn to the person. If we're drawn together by something very deep, like if we just trauma bonded, for example, I just spit all over the camera. Sorry, YouTube watchers, that was bad. I wonder if I've been doing that often. Maybe y'all should just switch to Spotify to where y'all can't see me because I just had like spit rain. That was absolutely terrible. Anyways, what was I saying? Like if we just trauma bonded, for example, yes, I'm gonna connect with you pretty easily. I'm gonna trust you even. So that's a pretty good connection. So I don't know why I just put my head all the way back there. That was a little weird. Anyways, we are gonna lean towards agree with that. All right. If your plans get interrupted, your top priority is to get them back on track as soon as possible. Absolutely. Absolutely. I hate when my plans are interrupted. It triggers me. It genuinely triggers me because, like I said, I need to have my day planned out. I need to know what to expect. If I no longer know what to expect, I need to get it to where I know what to expect. I need to get it back on track. So, absolutely. I don't know what it is, but just not knowing what's going to happen scares me. It scares me really bad. So, yes, I'm going to try to fix that as soon as possible. Okay. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Absolutely. 100%. I'll stay up late thinking about the most embarrassing stuff I've done, which were mistakes. And yes, yes, it happens too often, and I wish I could quit it. I wish that these memories could just go away. It's terrible. So, yes, strongly agree. Okay. You are not too interested in discussing theories on what the world could look like in the future. No, I disagree. I'm very interested in that. And because the world is in such chaos, I feel like people are going to have a lot of different predictions on what it's going to look like because and like I said, I love different viewpoints. And because there's so many different possibilities, there's so many viewpoints, and I think that's very fun and very interesting. So I disagree. I am very interested. All right. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Again, it depends on the severity of my emotions. If I'm extremely angry, that's going to control me. However, if I'm happy, I can maybe contain my excitement. So it really does content. It really just depends on the emotion. Again, I hate saying it depends because that's repetitive and boring, but it really does. So we're going to put that in the middle. Okay. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than what is the most logical or efficient. Yes. Yes, this is a problem I have. I'm always focusing on on how other people might feel when I probably should be focusing on what's logical. And like I said, I'm a people pleaser. Bad habit. But at the same time, it's not always bad. It's good to be considerate, you know? But either way, I do it a lot. So we're going to put agree. All right, 80%. We're getting there. All right. Your personal works oh my god. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous burst of energy rather than organized and consistent efforts. I would agree with that. Like with my writing, I get a lot of writer's block, and I'm mostly on writer's block. So when I'm not on writer's block, I get so much done. So much done. So, and it's mainly because of a burst of energy. That's when I'm most that's when I'm most productive. And when I'm organized, I feel like I just don't get much done because I just want to get out of it. You know, I don't know if that makes sense or not. But yes, we're going to agree with that very highly. All right. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. Yes, 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 yes. All the time. And it might just be a self esteem thing. Because a lot of the time, I feel like I don't deserve to be thought highly of. So, I mean, I feel like it'll go away. And yes, I do wonder a lot about that. All right. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Yes! Agree. Agree. Would love that. Like the solo podcast. I love having a solo podcast. It's so nice. And I love how I can just talk about literally what I want. So, yes, I love it. Okay. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. No, not at all. I love abstract questions. I love art. I love creativity. So, philosophical questions, absolutely. I love that. It's not a waste of time. I think it's really insightful. And I think it really helps critical thinking skills. That sounded really nerdy. It helps critical thinking skills. But But no, it's not a waste of time. That's the point. I can't believe I did that with the finger and everything. Oh my god. Never again. Anyways, you feel more drawn to busy, bustling. I've never heard that word in my life. Atmospheres, the more quiet, intimate places. I don't like busy places. I get very overstimulated very easily. We're going to disagree with this. But at the same time, I don't like places that are too intimate. You know, because that just feels like a lot of pressure. But I would much rather have that than a busily bustling place. I don't know what bustling means. We're gonna look that up as well. Hold on, brief intermission. Bustling meeting, a place full of activity. Okay, I should have assumed that. Anyways, we're gonna disagree. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. Yes. Yes, because the thing that's making it feel right is my intuition. I have a very, very, very strong intuition, and I really, really believe on it. So, yes, I agree with that heavily. All right. 90% done. All right, cool. You often feel overwhelmed. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am always stressed out, overwhelmed, etc. Always. I don't know why. I guess anxiety again, but I hate it. I'm always overwhelmed. Okay, next. You complete things method that's sad that I can't say that word. Okay, I complete things without skipping over any steps. The fact that I can't say that word. Method Y'all, I'm dyslexic. Please spare me from this word. Okay. Without skipping over any steps, I feel I do skip over steps pretty often. I feel like as long as I get it done. So we're going to disagree. Okay. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow concrete steps. Yes. Creativity. I love creativity. I love creative works, like I've been saying. So, yes, I love creative solutions. I love doing that. That's a part of marketing. And I love, love, love marketing. So, yes, I would much rather prefer creative solutions being made. Okay. You are more likely to rely on emotional intuition rather than logical reasoning when making a choice. Yep. Yes, I love my intuition. A woman's intuition is literally so powerful. And this is your sign to listen to your intuition. Because it's good. It's right. Trust your gut. Anyways, okay. You struggle with deadlines. Not really. I feel like if I don't have a deadline, I'm not going to get it done. Because I feel like deadlines are what make me log in. So we're going to disagree with that. All right. You feel confident that things will work out for you. I don't at all. I don't at all. Like, for example, I feel like I'm never going to find my person, meaning that something would not work out for me. Which is probably an irrational fear. I probably will. But at the same time, I'm naturally prone to thinking something is not going to work out for me. And it's sad. And I shouldn't think like that. But I do. Yes. So I disagree. I don't feel confident that things will work out for me. Oh, we're done! Okay. Okay. Oh, let me select my gender. Female. Okay. See results. Y'all ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I got INFJ, which is what I got last time. No, I didn't. I got that the first time. I got INFP the second time. So now I'm at INFJ again. Interesting. Okay, let's read the thing. Because I kind of forgot what it meant. Okay. As an INFJ, you possess a unique combination of idealism and insight that sets you apart in today's world. I do feel very set apart in today's world. Okay. Your rich inner life is characterized by complex emotions, vivid imagination, and a deep well of empathy that allows you to connect with others on a profound level. That's really accurate. I am a very, very empathetic person, I would say. I feel others' emotions very, very deeply. Like, if one of my friends is sad, I'm automatically sad. I'm sad for the rest of the day. I'm sad for the rest of the month. Okay? Like, if one of my friends is mad, I'm mad. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. But yeah, I just feel other people's emotions like that. So yes, I am very empathetic. Okay. You have an unwavering commitment to your principles and an intense desire to make a positive impact on the world around you. Yeah, that's pretty true. I would like to make the whole world happy. I wish I could bring world peace. That would be great. But yeah, I do have an intense desire for that. I wish I could fix the world if I could. Okay. Your natural ability to understand and interpret the feelings and motivations of others is both a gift and a challenge. While it enables you to form deep, meaningful connections and offer invaluable, did I say that right? Okay, invaluable support to those around you, it can also leave you wondering, oh my God, feeling overwhelmed by the emotions and needs of others. You often feel torn between your desire to help and your desire for privacy and solitude. Absolute, dude, they got this spot on. That's actually so scary. That's really scary. Like, I'm actually freaked out. I'm scared they have a camera on me and they've been watching me my whole life. That's scary. Oh, they have a little chart here. Okay. 80% introverted. Yep, I'm very much an introvert. Been saying that the whole time. 81% intuitive. Yeah, very intuitive. 100% feeling. Very emotional. 53% judging. Judging? I'm not judgy. Is that what they mean? I don't know. And 90% turbulence. I don't know what that means. Okay. Okay. Anyways, I thought that was a little cute. Okay. It says your perfectionist tendencies drive you to constantly improve yourself in the world around you. Absolutely. I would say I'm a perfectionist. Well, okay. Being a perfectionist is a blessing and a curse because I feel like I'll never ever be satisfied with what I do. But at the same time, it gives me a lot of drive and motivation that most people don't have. So I feel like it's great and bad. Oh, it says that here too. This relentless pursuit of growth and meeting can be both exhilarating and exhausting. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I just said. Okay. You have a knack for seeing oh my god. You have a knack for seeing potential and possibilities where others might not. But you may struggle to bring your visionary ideas into reality due to self-doubt or fear of criticism. I'm about to cry. Like they got this so spot on. That's insane. um yeah. Okay, you possess a rare combination of creativity and analytical ability. Your intuitive understanding of complex systems and human nature allows you to devise innovative solutions to challenging problems. I don't think I can solve challenging problems. I don't think I'm a good problem solver at all, which is interesting that they say that. Okay. However, your sensitivity to criticism and tendency to internalize stress can sometimes hold you back from fully expressing your unique gifts. I have unique gifts? Interesting. I wish I knew what those were. Okay, learning to balance your idealism with practicality and self-care is a key part of your personal journey. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. All right, that's all it has to say about me. Oh, never mind. It has my strengths and weaknesses. Okay, my strengths are dedication to meeting, creative perspective, and high ethical standards. I would say that's pretty true. I do have strong moral values. I agree with that. Okay, and some weaknesses. Sensitive to negative feedback. I'm terrible with criticism, which is pretty sad. I should probably fix that. Because even if it's with constructive ones, I feel personally attacked, which I should not. It's not a good thing, but I do. Okay. Overlooking small wins. Yeah. I don't really celebrate my smaller accomplishments, even though they are accomplishments and I should celebrate them. I don't. I don't often. Okay. And discomfort with self promotion. Yeah, I do find it pretty hard, and I feel like I got a question about that at some point. But yeah, oh, it has a lot of things I'm not gonna read. Oh, we're already at like 53 minutes. All right, fun. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you had fun learning about me, and I had fun learning about myself. Definitely, this was very fun, and I will have more episodes coming. That will also be very fun. I don't know what's coming out next Friday. I'll figure it out. I'll probably ask my Instagram. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Have a lovely day, guys. Stay kind and stay tuned. Bye bye.